What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be talking about one of the more popular pistols of the year, the new Sig Sauer P320 X5 Legion. Before we do that, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. Because of that, we do a monthly giveaway. This month's giveaway is going to be the Ontario knife, and I also do Patreon exclusive content. So if you want to be a part of that, all you got to do is join up on Patreon. I also want to mention my Amazon links and my Olight links. If you're interested in any tactical stuff, my Olight store will provide that for you. I also want to mention a local homeless shelter that's in the description below as well. All you got to do is click the link and donate. Now back to the X5 Legion, which is how we're going to be referring to it in this review because the name is too damn long. Pretty sweet pistol, as you can see right here. It is a unique spin to the original X5 from Sig, and they did a lot of competition-style upgrades to this pistol, which make it pretty cool in my opinion. This is the box right here. I actually have this pistol on loan from another YouTuber, KS Gun Guy. He's one of my buddies. I do chats with him sometimes. He loaned me this pistol for review, so thank him very much. Go over there and subscribe to his channel. He does some pretty sweet reviews over there also. Now, as far as I'm aware, this pistol comes with 4 magazines because that's how it came to me. However, it may not come to you that way. It's hard to say. The pistol itself is a striker-fired pistol that weighs 43 ounces because of the tungsten-infused grip, which we'll talk about in a second. It has a 5-inch sight radius, which is pretty awesome. 5-inch barrel, I should say, not 5-inch sight radius. 5-inch barrel, full-length slide, and it's got pretty awesome adjustable Dawson Precision sights, as you can see there. Also comes with some slide cutouts, the gray tungsten frame. So this is a tungsten-infused polymer frame. So in theory, it should have very low recoil, being as that it weighs the same as a steel frame. However, it has the polymer flex to help reduce that recoil even further. Now, if you have a standard X5 and you want this grip module, you can just go over to Sig's website and buy it because Sig actually is a modular style pistol with a chassis, so the lower actually isn't a firearm. Pretty sweet. It has this skeletonized trigger here that is a lighter break by 30%, whatever that means. And since I don't have the original X5, I got to take their word for that. The magazine release works really well, and it comes with a magwell, which is pretty sweet. Another thing that's pretty cool about this pistol is the recoil spring. Now, it does use a solid steel guide rod, unlike the standard polymer frame, and it does come with a 14-pound 1911 style spring and another 12-pound spring as well, so you can change the spring weights to adjust for whatever ammo you're going to use, and that's pretty sweet. In case you have a particular type of spring you like to run in your 2011 or your 1911, you can run it in this as well, and it also would make a pretty good little backup gun for a competition pistol because it is a similar grip angle and similar style of pistol as a 2011 1911. I know that some people probably carry guns like this, you Yankee Marshall fans out there. A little bit big and heavy for me for every day, but if you really want an excellent gun for carry, this would be a pretty good choice if you can handle all the heft. But for home defense, it would be an excellent gun. It's got a full-length Picatinny rail that looks real mean, by the way. I like how that looks on the bottom of the pistol. But for competition, it's really going to excel, and that's really what it was made for. And since its introduction, this pistol has already been in the hands of some very famous shooters, including, I believe, Lena Michalek. Jerry Michalek's daughter has won some sort of championship with this, and I know lots of other people as well. Max Michel runs this for his production gun, I believe, or his limited gun. So it's already won a bunch of world championships in the hands of very competent shooters. Reliability speaking, it has gone 1,000 rounds from my testing with 0 failures, and also I believe it didn't have any failures with KS either, so you're looking at around about 2,000 rounds now with no problems whatsoever, with a wide range of 9mm ammunition. I didn't try any carry ammo, but full metal jacket was good to go with this pistol. Durability is going to be a little bit more durable in my opinion than something like a standard polymer frame, because it's probably going to be a little bit more durable with the tungsten, but it's hard to say actually. I don't really know. It's going to be a nice little experiment. Accuracy speaking.
Okay.
All right, so I could hit the broadside of a barn at 90 yards, but I can't miss here 20 yards and in, it looks like. So we're gonna do, I don't know, we're gonna aim at some small stuff. Try the swinger plate and maybe the poppers. Well, now I can't hit anything. Okay. I can hit the poppers just fine. So there's something with the elevation. All right, if I don't trip over my damn self. At her about 50 yards now, and we'll see how she runs at distance. Weird. I wish I could say it was better. It seems like it should be better. It has a great trigger. It has awesome sights. However, they are adjustable, and this is KS's gun, so I didn't want to adjust his sights, and they were a little bit off target for me at distance. Not only were they off target, but I had some trouble even Kentucky windaging this pistol. For whatever reason, I just had some trouble hitting past 50 yards. Inside 50 yards, however, this thing was a demon. It's very, very fast up close, and it's very, very shootable. And within competition distances, very, very little competition shooting is ever done past 50 yards. I can't remember doing it very often. This is an exceptional pistol for that. And also, if it's your gun, you can adjust the sights to whatever the hell you want, so you won't have that issue in the first place. And the sight picture is exceptional. The trigger is pretty good. Is it Shadow 2 good? No, it's not. But it's pretty good. The problem with the trigger is that pretty good in a division like Limited is not really going to cut it, because you're going to be up against 2011s like an Atlas Hyperion, which I will have here shortly, and guns like the Hayes Custom and my CZ AccuShadow. And those triggers are going to blow this right out of the water. Even the Walther PPQ steel frame match is going to be better than this gun. And that was the problem I had with that gun. So why would you buy a limited gun that didn't have an exceptional trigger? Price is going to be the reason why, right? Because this is going to be significantly cheaper than something like an Atlas Hyperion. It's going to be right around $900, which is a very, very good buy, as opposed to something like $2,000 to $4,000 price range, which are some of the guns that I was talking about. Even $500 less than the PPQ. With that $900, you actually get a lot of features that make it a pretty good budget. Now, I say budget competition pistol, and people are going to be like, oh my God, a $900 budget pistol, he's gone crazy. Well, the problem is, if you're really going to get into pistol competitions and you're really going to be serious about it, not just go every month or something like that, if you really want to try to win, you're going to end up spending usually more than $900. And so $900 to get you a championship caliber pistol is a pretty good price range, in my opinion, especially considering all the features that you get that I mentioned earlier, including some of the controls that work really nice and in your favor. It's got a really good takedown lever as opposed to something like a Glock, because you can use it as a gas pedal. Also, if it gets really dirty, you can easily operate it. The slide release, in my opinion, is also better than the Glock because it's just placed in a better spot. I have a really bad habit of riding the slide releases on Glocks because I ride safeties on my CZs and 1911s. So a lot of times I just have to do the put the mag in and rack every single time because it doesn't lock back. However, with this pistol, the slide release stays right out of the way. I really like the fact that it is milled for a red dot as well. I believe it takes the new Romeo, whatever the hell Sig has coming out, and I'm not sure if it takes anything else. But it is milled for a red dot right from the factory, which is a pretty cool feature and almost mandatory on guns that come out today. As I said, it's got those phenomenal high-definition sights, so you may not even have to worry about that red dot in the first place. Now, one of the cons to this gun is going to be one of the cons to SIG pistols in general. For whatever reason, they need to keep the same feel that they've always had, so they have a disproportionate bore axis in comparison to a lot of other striker-fired pistols, like this Glock 34 with a blue thing stuck to it, for example. As you can see here, the Glock 34 has a significantly lower bore axis than the SIG does. And what that does is decrease muzzle flip. I know you tinfoil hat guys out there say that it doesn't, but it does. So what you end up getting when you have a very high bore axis like this, even though it has a lot of weight on the bottom, is you still get kind of this weird rocking motion that you kind of just have to get used to while you're shooting. Now, if you're Lena Mikulek or if you're Max Michel, you've got that ironed out. But however, for most people, if they don't have an iron grip on the pistol, you're going to get just a little bit more rocking motion, and you're going to end up slowing down your cadences just a little bit. Now, that's just my experience, but that is what it is. I also think it's just a little bit harder of a learning curve, especially if you're used to polymer frame pistols, to raise your eyes just a little bit higher for that high bore axis. Other than that, it's not that big of a deal. The tungsten frame does add weight, and it does reduce recoil impulse. So you're going to be definitely lower than a polymer frame pistol like the Glock 34. Even though the Glock 34 has a lower bore axis, it also weighs about half as much as the Sig, so the Sig is definitely going to recoil less. However, compare it to something like the CZ AccuShadow, which has the weight and the dust cover weight, and it also has a lower bore axis. You're going to get less recoil with the Shadow. So it really depends on what pond you want to play in. It's a great gun for the money. However, if you're looking to spend a little bit more, it's likely you can get a better performing gun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later. All high. Aiming right there, get right there.